So you are thinking about making a move, huh? Mississauga could be the perfect place for you, but choosing where to go is not a piece of cake. It's a big decision with lots of stuff to think about. I mean, it's not just about finding the right house. You've got to think about the whole area too. You want to make sure it is a decision you won't regret later, right? So I've done some digging for you. I found all the good stuff about Mississauga, Ontario, but I've also uncovered some not so great things you need to know about. Stay tuned because I'm gonna spill the beans on the top 5 cons moving to Mississauga, Ontario. Hey, if this is your first time on the channel or you want to know everything about living, working, and having fun in Toronto, Ontario, and the surrounding cities across the GTA, like right here in Mississauga, then hit that subscribe button below so you can stay updated on the current market in Ontario. I'm Hassan, and for a good while now, I've been helping people just like you settle down in Ontario. As a real estate professional here, my goal is to make sure I make your move as smooth as it can be. So whether you're planning to make the move in 10 days or maybe it's 100, just give me a shout. All my contact details are right down below, and I'll be more than happy to help you. But for now, let's dive into the cons of living in Mississauga, Ontario. Okay, so let's talk about a big issue people face when moving to Mississauga is the expensive housing here. They're crazy expensive, like really expensive. While Mississauga has a lot of cool stuff and opportunities, the cost of living, especially housing prices, taxes, can be sky high compared to other cities in Canada. And the initial cost of home is steep because there are so many great things around, like amenities and job opportunities. The housing market has noticed this and bumped up the prices even more. So starting a home in Mississauga is going to cost you more than in other parts of Ontario. Did you know that the average price of a detached house here is a whopping price of around 1.3 to 1.4 million? Yes, it's pretty wild. So if you're thinking of moving here, make sure you have a good realtor to help you find a home that fits your budget, someone like me. Another thing to consider is the lack of walkability here. So Mississauga wasn't really designed for pedestrian in mind. So getting around on foot is not the easiest thing over here. Most people end up relying on cars, even though the public transportation system is decent here as compared to other cities. The walkability score here is pretty low, like 49 out of 100. So if you're someone who likes to walk everywhere, you might find it a bit challenging. If walkability is important to you, make sure to look for neighborhoods closer to plazas with grocery stores, pharmacy, and other necessities. That way you can still enjoy a bit of walking convenience. Alright, the number 3 con you've got to keep in mind is the airplane noise. Yes, you heard it right. So Pearson Airport being in Mississauga is super convenient for travelers, but for some people moving here are not too thrilled about all the noise from the airplane zooming overhead. So if you're all about enjoying a quiet backyard, you might want to steer clear of areas where those planes tend to fly over. And as a local, I gotta say, you kind of get used to the noise after a while that you can hardly even notice the planes anymore. But if you're sensitive to noise or really into peace and quiet, air traffic might bug you here, especially when you are trying to get some rest. It's totally different from the sound of traffic on the highway. So maybe check out a few videos of airplane noise beforehand to see how you feel about it. Okay, so coming in number 4 on our cons is the fog. Now, you don't get me wrong, the weather in Mississauga is generally pretty nice here. But when it comes to fog, things can get a bit tricky here. You see, because Mississauga is close to Lake Ontario, we often get foggy days, especially in the spring and autumn. And let me tell you, trying to navigate through thick fog can be quite a challenge here. Plus, it can create a damp and chilly atmosphere, which might not be everyone's cup of tea. So if you're someone who prefers clear skies and sunshine, you might find the foggy days in Mississauga a bit gloomy. But it's not all bad news here. Some people actually enjoy a beauty of foggy landscapes. So it really depends on your personal preferences. Just make sure to pack a warm jacket and maybe some extra patience for those foggy days. Alright, let's wrap things up with our last con, which is in Mississauga, there's not much of a nightlife here. Basically, if you're all about hitting the town and soaking up the nightlife vibe, Mississauga might not be your go-to spot. Unlike Toronto, Mississauga doesn't have as many bars, clubs, or live music venues. Sure, you've got places like Pork Credit, where you can find some cool bars and live music, but that's pretty much it. The nightlife here is more on the chill side and a laid-back vibe. Calmer and tends to be more relaxed because it's known as a family-oriented city. So if you're looking for more livelier scene or more entertainment options, you probably find yourself heading over to Toronto since it's just a short drive away. Well, you might be wondering, with all these downsides to living in Mississauga, what's the big attraction? Well, let me tell you, I'm about to spill the beans. I'm going to share you the top 5 pros on why moving to Mississauga, Ontario might just be the best decision you'll ever make. So, my pro number 1 is the amenities in Mississauga. You know what's pretty awesome about this place? It's got some of the best amenities around. No matter where you go in the city, you have got everything you need and lots of fun stuff to do. There are a lot of parks, golf courses, and great shopping spots. Plus, there are galleries, theaters, sports centers, and cute little towns with cool shops and restaurants, beaches, and a ton of other attractions. And here's a bonus, when you're close to Toronto, it means you're never far from all the downtown action. Getting there is also super easy with GO Transit and the My Way Express lanes. So if you're up for a little adventure, Mississauga is the place to be. Alright, so number 2 pro about Mississauga is its awesome multicultural vibe. Seriously, this place is like a melting pot of culture. Over half of the folks living in Mississauga are immigrants, which puts Mississauga in the top 10 most multicultural cities in Ontario. This means you get to meet and experience people from all around the world. You get to dive into different cuisines, cultures, and lifestyles. And people in Mississauga represent more than 200 cultures and speak over 100 different languages. So if you have kids, chances of them going to school and interacting with other kids from different cultures are pretty high. They really learn how to share space and get along with people from all over the world. It's awesome for their growth too. And you know what's cool? This diversity brings together a super accepting and open-minded community. It's not just about living and working here, it's also about embracing different backgrounds and learning from each other. Plus, with so many cultures represented, you can bet there are a lot of delicious food waiting for you all around the city. There are also festivals, events, and celebrations happening throughout the year, showcasing the rich tapestry of cultures that call Mississauga home. Plus, Mississauga has a very welcoming and inclusive community. The city has done a lot to attract and support newcomers, like offering language classes, job training, and settlement services. So if you're looking for a place where diversity is celebrated and everyone is welcome, Mississauga is definitely the place to be. Alright, so let's talk about the next pro about Mississauga is the job opportunities here. Jobs are everywhere in Mississauga, seriously. No matter what you are into, there's probably a gig waiting for you. You might not know, but Mississauga is basically surrounded by the headquarters and service centers of tons of big companies across Canada. That means you've got lots of chances to kickstart your career right here. When you're making a move, staying employed is a top priority, and Mississauga makes it super easy. Plus, the city's got its own professional game on point. So if you're looking for a place where your career can thrive, Mississauga got your back. Another pro is the low crime rate here, which means you can feel safe in Mississauga. The city really prioritizes safety, and it's earned a solid reputation as a safe place to live. The crime rates are low, and in fact, Mississauga's crime rates are 43.5% lower than the national average. Pretty impressive, right? Plus, it's been named the safest city in Canada for 8 years straight. That's pretty reassuring, especially if you live alone or have kids. The city's strong policing system, community engagement initiatives, and low crime rate all contribute to the sense of security for residents. But remember, safety is everyone's responsibility, so don't get complacent, stay vigilant, and be safe at all times. Last but not the least, let's talk about Mississauga's weather. It's actually one of the warmest spots in Ontario, and that means winter here are pretty mild, and you won't find yourself shoveling snow as much. Thanks to Lake Ontario being nearby, the city gets these warmer temperatures from the lake, which also helps keep the summers from getting too hot. Spring and fall bring some rain here, and foggy mornings are common due to the lake. Despite occasional fogs and snow, Mississauga's weather is generally mild and enjoyable. So if you prefer milder weather, Mississauga is a great choice. The city benefits from its proximity to Lake Ontario, resulting in less extreme temperatures compared to other areas in Ontario. Okay, now that wraps up pros and cons of living in Mississauga, Ontario. All in all, it's a fantastic place to call home. Personally, I think it's one of the best places in Ontario. Despite the downsides and the high cost of homes, it's definitely worth keeping on your radar if you are in the market for a new place. So if you are considering moving to Mississauga, give me a shout. I would love to help you out. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, or even an email, or in fact, you can schedule a Zoom call. All the description is down below. I'd be happy to assist you and your family in making that smooth move. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you are the first one to know the current real estate market in Mississauga and the surrounding Greater Toronto area. Thank you for watching, everyone. See you in the next video.